the tranquil village of Okpala, nestled amidst rolling hills and lush greenery, the Nonso family was a name that resonated with respect and admiration. The patriarch Nonso was a man of great wisdom and wealth, and he had three sons: Nkem, the firstborn, followed by Obinna and Chike. Nkem, being the eldest, carried the weight of the family's legacy on his shoulders. His responsibilities were immense, and so was his pride. Nkem married Ulimma, a woman whose beauty was unparalleled in the village. She was the third and youngest wife in the Nonso household. Before her, Nkem's brothers had already taken wives: Adaeze, Obinna's wife, who had two daughters, and Amarachi, Chike's wife, who had one daughter. Ulimma, driven by her youth and beauty, saw herself as the rightful queen of the Nonso's family. Her husband's position as the first son only fueled her arrogance. From the moment Ulimma stepped into the family compound, she made her intentions clear. She was determined to outshine Adaeze and Amarachi. "I will give birth to the heir of the Nonso's family," she would boast loudly. "My husband is the first son, and our lineage is full of male children. Unlike you, I will have a son." Adaeze and Amarachi, seasoned by their years of marriage and motherhood, listened to Ulimma's words with a mix of amusement and annoyance. They knew all too well the unpredictability of childbirth and the blessings each child brought regardless of gender. Ulimma's pregnancy announcement was met with excitement and curiosity. She was certain that she carried a boy. Often placing her hands on her swelling belly and speaking to the unborn child with a tone of triumph, "You, my son, will be the pride of this family. You will carry the Nonso's name forward." Her co-wives watched her antics with raised eyebrows, choosing not to engage in her petty competitions. When the time came for Ulimma to give birth, the entire family was on edge. The midwives were called, and the elders gathered to offer their prayers. After hours of labor, a wail pierced the night, and the midwife emerged, cradling a baby girl. Ulimma's face, flushed with the effort of childbirth, fell when she saw the child. Her dreams of bearing the heir were shattered. The proud smile vanished, replaced by a look of disbelief and shame. Ulimma tried to mask her disappointment, but it was evident to all. She then attempted to befriend Adaeze and Amarachi, hoping to gain their sympathy and support. However, they knew her true nature and kept her at a distance, treating her with polite indifference. 2 years later, news spread through the village that Amarachi was pregnant again. This time, the excitement was palpable. When she finally gave birth to a healthy baby boy, the entire family erupted in celebration. The child was named Nonso, a name that signified the continuation of the family's legacy. Amarachi was showered with praises, and her son became the apple of everyone's eye. Ulimma's envy burned bright and fierce. She had longed for this glory, to be the mother of the heir, and now Amarachi had taken that dream from her. She began to scheme, her mind filled with dark thoughts. She could not stand Amarachi's newfound praise and the attention Nonso received. She plotted ways to harm the innocent child, hoping to eliminate the competition. However, Amarachi, aware of how precious and rare a son was, never left Nonso alone. She watched over him with the fierce protectiveness of a lioness guarding her cub. When Nonso was 8 months old, Amarachi got pregnant again. This news sent Ulimma into a frenzy. Desperate not to be outdone, she coerced her husband Nkem into getting her pregnant as well. Their relationship, already strained by her incessant jealousy, turned into a fierce competition. Ulimma was determined to bear a son, to reclaim the honor she believed was rightfully hers. The months passed and the two women's bellies grew. The village watched with bated breath, curious to see what fate had in store. Amarachi's pregnancy was fraught with complications. She often fell ill, and the elders feared for her and the unborn child's safety. When it was time for her to give birth, the midwife and elders gathered once more. After hours of tense labor, Amarachi delivered another baby boy. Despite the complications, both mother and child survived. The new baby was named Chukwuemeka, a name that carried hope and strength. Just a week later, Ulimma went into labor. Her screams echoed through the compound as she endured the pain. When the midwife finally emerged, she held another baby girl. Ulimma's heart sank. She had lost the competition once again. Her jealousy, already a simmering fire, turned into a raging inferno. She could no longer hide her bitterness and began to lash out at everyone around her. Ulimma's behavior became increasingly erratic and destructive. She spread rumors and lies, turning the brothers against each other. In the heat of all the problems, Ulimma took her envy and jealousy to another level. She got a poisonous substance and poured it into Amarachi's pots of her children's food so as to kill Amarachi's sons. Nonso and Emeka had perceived threats, but unknown to her, Mazi Nonso, her father-in-law, saw her when she entered into Amarachi's hut and followed her, hid by the hut window, and saw her pouring the herbal substance into his grandson's food. He was shocked and instead of screaming, decided to follow everything up to the end. When it was time for Amarachi to feed her sons, Mazi Nonso stopped her immediately and called every member of the family together. Amarachi was confused, wondering why her father-in-law is calling for the family to gather. When everyone had assembled, Mazi Nonso began, "Ulimma, come out right this minute." When she did, he continued, "Tell us what you were doing in Amarachi's hut 30 minutes ago." Ulimma was taken aback. "I don't understand, Papa. What do you mean?" Mazi Nonso continued, "I saw Ulimma putting some substance into Amarachi's pot of food in her hut while Amarachi was bathing her children outside. So tell us, what is it you were putting inside the pot?" "I don't know what you're talking about, Papa." Amarachi at this point became scared and shifted the plate of food. Mazi Nonso continued, "Since you want to pretend, let's do it this way then. You have to eat a little portion of this food to prove your innocence." Ulimma refused to taste the food. "Okay then, since you don't want to eat the food, we will feed your daughters with it. Bring Ogechi and her sister here right this minute," Mazi Nonso ordered. When Ulimma realized what was going to happen, she immediately went on her knees and began to confess, pleading for forgiveness, that she does not know what came over her. She wanted to do away with Amarachi's sons because she believed the rightful position belongs to her and her unborn sons. Her husband, Nkem, was shocked and disappointed at the same time. "How could you, Ulimma? Why? Because of your useless jealousy, this family that was once united has now been fractured by suspicion and distrust. The once harmonious household became a battlefield filled with tension and anger because of you. Why? Did I commit any crime by marrying you?" Ulimma began shedding tears and pleading for forgiveness. "Amarachi, unable to bear the toxic environment any longer, begged her husband Chike to move away. "We cannot raise our children in this chaos," she pleaded. "Let us build our own home far from this madness."
Chika, seeing the wisdom in her words, agreed. They built a new home on the outskirts of the village, a peaceful haven away from Ulimma's prying eyes and toxic influence. The move brought peace to Amarachi and her children. Nonso and Emeka grew up strong and wise, their mother's love and protection guiding them. The rest of the Nonso family, however, remained in turmoil as Ulimma's schemes and lies continued to poison the household, and the once proud family name began to suffer because she refused to change. In the end, everyone saw Ulimma for who she truly was. The elders, fed up with her wickedness, called for another family meeting. They decided that Ulimma must be ostracized from the Nonso family. Her bride price was refunded and she was sent back to her parents in disgrace. The village of Okpala watched as Ulimma, the once proud and boastful wife, was left with nothing. With Ulimma gone, the Nonso family began to heal. The brothers reconciled and the family compound slowly returned to its former state of harmony. The lessons learned from Ulimma's downfall were many and they strengthened the family's bond. Amarachi's sons, Nonso and Chukwuemeka, grew up to become honorable men, carrying forward the family's legacy with pride and integrity. The story of Ulimma's downfall became a cautionary tale in the village of Okpala. It was a reminder of the destructive power of jealousy and the importance of humility and unity. The Nonso family, having endured and overcome so much, emerged stronger and wiser, their legacy preserved for generations to come. Thank you very much for watching. Please share this video to your friends and family, like and comment about what you think of Ulimma's action. Also, remember to subscribe to our channel. See you in my next video. Goodbye.